Okay. Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing fabulous. I'm broken in my 20s and I made $50 at work today, so that's lovely. But yes, so I have my makeup on and my hair is done, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and film a video. The reason I'm nervous to film this video is because this is a story time. It's kind of like what I started this channel wanting to do mostly, but it is definitely like a little nerve-wracking when it's people that know you, or like the people in the story, like they may see this. I'm sorry. Well, actually I'm not really that sorry, because you shouldn't really have done what you did, and that's why you made it into a story time. So oh my god. Okay, so this is going to be the time that a guy I was dating brought me to his ex-girlfriend's house. Insane. So I'm just gonna kind of get started, because there's like really, we gotta like start probably from the beginning with this one, because I haven't shared very many stories yet. But so for the purpose of this story, we are going to call this guy Matthew. Preface, Matthew and I had met before a couple months prior at a party, and we kind of like got along very well. We were just friends. Him and I were hanging out for a little while, and it was like very clear, I feel like, that I wanted it to be more than just friends. And then he, at least especially at this time, he was still definitely playing into it. He had no like real intention of making me a relationship going forward, but at the time I didn't know that. So I was like, I love this boy, and I put up like, this was like okay, I just put up with a lot of stuff from him that I probably shouldn't have. But so Matthew and I are friends, and we start hanging out, you know what I mean? We're talking, and it's clear that like I want this relationship. Like I want to like kind of date, like talk a little bit more than like just friends. Like, so he catches on to that, and he kind of likes me too, but he was definitely kind of a fuckboy. He was kind of like playing around, and I knew that at the time, but I guess I just didn't know like the full extent of it for sure. Like I had no real grasp on how many people he was talking to and stuff like that. And of course, especially at the time, I'm trying to make it like I'm like this cool girl and I don't care and you can do whatever you want. And that's not me at all. But so I'm trying to, you know, just not be pushy or whatever. And it is St. Patrick's Day, and we decide to go downtown to the parade. I feel like most places have like a little parade for St. Patrick's Day. That was kind of a big thing, especially when I was in high school. And it was my senior year, so I was like just getting to like the point where I could do these things by myself, and like doing the like experiencing all these things with like alcohol and stuff for the first time. And so that's how the day started. Is we decided we're going to take the train downtown, and we're gonna do that. We get in the car, we're drinking, we're having a good time, you know. We get down there, we're still having a good time. We get to where like everyone is just kind of hanging out, like, you know, like the middle, I guess, of the, it's not like the parade, but like where everyone is at during the parade, you know, like before, I guess you should say. So yes, we are going to the parade, and while we're there, and I am also at this point intoxicated already early in the morning, and so things that probably should have bothered me didn't bother me. It was also freezing cold, and so like there was lots of things going through my head at that point. But so we're all hanging out, we're drinking, we're having fun, and this girl comes up and starts talking to me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Matthew comes over. Well, then all of a sudden the dynamic definitely shifts, and it gets a little bit awkward. I get very silent, and I'm just observing. And Matthew is talking with this girl, and we're gonna name her Ashley. Matthew and Ashley. So Matthew and Ashley used to date, I guess. And to preface, this guy was like a couple years older than me, and this girl was like the same age as me. And turns out Matthew was in love with this girl. He wanted them to be together forever. He bought her an engagement ring to propose to him because they went to his prom together. And on that night, he caught Ashley in bed with his best friend. And that's how that relationship ended. So Matthew is tired. Stop. Leave her alone. Matthew is drunk, and he tells me all of this. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What am I going to do? But they're flirting the whole time, just blatantly in front of me. This girl does not care, but she's got her own boyfriend there. So we are all hanging out. Matthew and Ashley don't really talk that much the rest of the time, but then Ashley invites us over to her house. And, well, actually she invites him over. That should have been a red flag. But she invites him over, and he says, we're gonna go to her house. She's having an after party. It's not that big of a deal because there's lots of people there. In my mind, I'm like, okay, like everyone we're hanging out with today is like going there, like, okay, whatever, I can get over this. It's not gonna be that bad. So the whole time, everything's fine. Like while I'm actually there, everything works fine, you know, whatever. But it gets time for us to leave. I am like, I gotta go home. Like, I can't be here anymore. It's late. You know, I still had a curfew, whatever. And Matthew insists that he wants to stay. And being not his girlfriend, I decide I can't make him leave with me. So I guess he's gonna have to stay. And so I leave. And I get a call a couple hours, or not even an hour later. I was gonna say a couple hours, but yeah, not even an hour later. And Matthew is bawling his eyes out, freaking out on the phone, saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I told you were right. Blah, 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 blah. I should have went home with you. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Why are we all freaking out right now? I don't really know what's happening. Well, as soon as I left, I guess Ashley and her new boyfriend got into it, and he put his hand on her or hit her or whatever. And not saying that that's right, but there were also a lot of other guys there that could have stepped in. But of course it wasn't. It was Matthew who stepped in after I left. And so he hits this guy, and he told me that he like brought Ashley in the bathroom, and they were like talking or whatever. He said nothing happened. I guarantee they made out or they did something, like looking back at how much of a fuckboy this guy was. But so I'm like, okay, so you got in a fight with Ashley's boyfriend. Not only did this man get in a fight with her boyfriend, he decided to leave the party, go outside, and picked something up. I don't really know exactly, but he smashed the windshield of this man's car in. And then he was escorted, obviously, to the police department and arrested for doing so. They ended up dropping charges eventually because of the whole like reasoning, and I guess the guy's dad had money. But this man literally smashed a windshield for his ex-girlfriend because he was so upset about her getting in that situation. And you wanna know what I did? I still continue to see it. Yeah, not one of the smartest moves on my part, and I definitely have a lot more stories that Matthew is in. And if you see this, Matthew, I am sorry. Not sorry. You guys like, subscribe, comment, and let me know if you like the story times, or I mean, I have a lot better ones, but I feel like I really wanted to start like easing into these because I don't want to call people out too bad yet, I guess. I don't know. Not that I really talk to these people, who gives a fuck, but if you like it, comment, and I will definitely do some more.